Finally, it happened. I got verified on Twitter, and here is how I did it. Hey, what's going on everyone? Carlos here. Welcome to another tutorial. On this video, I am going to show you how to get verified on Twitter. And in fact, I recently was verified after my fifth attempt at applying. One morning I woke up and that magic blue little check mark was next to my name. That's the check mark that normally is reserved for heads of state, CEOs, and celebrities out there. I have it, and there's something that I learned throughout the process over several months of applying and being turned down that I'm gonna share on this video with all of you. Now, before I get started, if you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that subscribe button here below. Now, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is go to the verified account on Twitter, which is @verified, and you see that I have this pulled up in front of you. From here, what you're gonna do is click on the link that is on the verified Twitter account. Click continue on the next screen. Once you click on the link and go past the next screen, you're gonna see your username filled in. Click on the checkbox followed by next. So this next part is really important, so make sure that you're paying attention. Twitter allows you to submit up to 5 URLs in order for them to verify that you're the owner of the website, or that you're a writer, or that you have some sort of presence online. Now, because the verified checkmark is typically reserved for heads of state, politicians, celebrities, musicians, athletes, and leaders in the world of business, it's really important that you position yourself as being someone of importance. Twitter is not going to go ahead and verify you just because you're active on social media. So this is really where you have to build your case and be very selective with what you share with them. Now, my fifth and final attempt, I shared with Twitter a link to my website, carlosgil.biz. I also shared a link to my Facebook page, which is verified, in addition to my speaker page, in which they were able to see testimonials from events where I've spoken at. Now, the fourth and probably the most important link out of all of them was directly from Twitter, and these were search results in which Twitter was able to see other users that also have my name, followed by the fifth link being my author page on Inc.com. Now, besides the 5 links that I submitted, within the 500 characters I was allotted to really state my case, I started off by saying that I'm an Inc. magazine contributor, which right up front states that I am contributing and writing to a very well-known and prestigious publication, which adds credibility. I also went in to say that I'm a public speaker and industry thought leader on social media marketing, which they would be able to see by going to my website. Finally, and once again, where I think I was able to really get the verification is by making the case that there's other Twitter users that also have the name Carlos Gil, and being verified would help distinguish myself from others with my name. And that's it, guys. That is how I was able to get verified on Twitter on my 5th try. Now, there's a couple things that you absolutely need to do and keep in mind. First of all, Twitter is gonna ask you to submit verification of who you are. I went ahead and instead of submitting a driver's license, submitted a copy of my passport to them so they could go ahead and see through a US government issued ID that the same person requesting verification is the same person that has a Twitter account. A couple of other things that you also need to keep in mind and must do is in the bio of your Twitter account, make sure that you have the link to your website. So in my case, my website is carlosgil.biz. I had that URL in the bio of my Twitter account. In addition, you're gonna wanna ensure that the email address associated with your Twitter account also matches up with your website URL address. Once again, in my case, my email address that is registered with Twitter ends with @carlosgil.biz. My website is carlosgil.biz. Now, this is really important because a lot of you out there that are requesting to get verified most likely have your business or your company email address registered with Twitter, and you might have your personal website or blog associated with your Twitter account. So my recommendation to you is, while you're going through the verification process, whichever URL you are using within your Twitter profile, ensure that your email address registered with Twitter matches up with that URL. Also, make sure that you're not using a Snapchat code as your profile photo on Twitter. This might sound like common sense, but the first couple of times that I went ahead and applied for verification, I had my Snap code on Twitter. I also had add me on Snapchat verbiage along with my Snapchat username within the copy my Twitter account. Now let's face it, Snapchat is a social network, Twitter is another social network. They're essentially competing for market share. So you don't want to go ahead and request to Twitter that you want to be verified, yet you are promoting Snapchat on their platform. And finally, I have no evidence to indicate that this really matters or not, but I did it in my case. Make sure that your header photo or your cover photo on Twitter actually shows you who you are. The more that you can show Twitter that you are a real person, and most importantly, that you are an important person, the greater your likelihood will become of getting verified. Now, once again, friends, this is what worked for me after trying 5 times. Hopefully it works for you. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube by clicking that subscribe button. Also, add me on Twitter at Carlos Gil 83. And until next time, peace.